Hi my elegant friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Maya once again. Quickly now, this video we're talking about answering the question, should you visit Africa? So first of all, I feel like this shouldn't even be a question, if not because of all the drama that's happening in the world regarding slave trade and whatnot, because wherever there are people, obviously that place is worthy of visitation. Now this is the second time I'm making this video. I already made it the first time, but turns out my microphone was not working then, so I had to make it again. And when I made that video, I put this comment at the end, but now I'm putting it at the front because I feel like this shouldn't even be questions like this. My colleagues who don't live in Africa, my colleagues who are Caucasian, and I'm not saying it's a wrong question, but it shouldn't even be a question like, should I visit Africa? Are y'all living on trees over there? I mean, what's going on? Do you sleep in the tent? Do you sleep in the forest? I mean, you could just ask that so that I know that that's why you're asking. But for the few people who are actually asking this question out of curiosity because they are planning a trip or they really want to genuinely come and know Africa, then yes, you should visit Africa. But don't visit Africa if this list applies to you. One of that is, if you are a judgmental person, please don't come. Stay where you are, because you're going to bring your judgment here, and no matter what is done for you or whatever you experience, no matter how positive it is, you're always going to think it is not good enough. And frankly speaking, we are more than good enough over here. You are close-minded and you're broke because the people in the rural communities, the traders, we definitely need they need economic empowerment. So if you're coming, at least bring some little bit of money so you can buy one or two things. It's not like they're so super expensive, and they are really good quality now. So for example, I got my earrings in a rural village somewhere in Africa. Maybe I'll do a video on, I like to buy these things from these women because, and I've had it for like years and it's still functional. Same thing goes for my hand bangle. Same thing goes for my necklace. I got this necklace. If you've been watching this channel, you know I got my necklace in Ghana, where metal that are not very easily prone to corrosiveness and to rust are used to make customized jewelry. So on my necklace is written, you are enough, because I am, and so are you. So there are a lot of reasons why you should come to Africa, but don't come if you're close-minded, you don't have any single money, you want to come and exploit people here, or you are very you're not open to people. However, assuming that you are not like this and that you are the opposite, for example, if you're African American, I definitely recommend that you come to Africa, because it will affect your sense of self and your identity and your self-esteem and self-confidence in a good way, because it will help you see other parts of yourself that you've not yet explored, because this has to do with your origin and where you come from. I hope my microphone is working well this time. So, and if you are open-minded, then definitely you should be on a plane or a train or a ship, whatever, to motherland. And then if you're also you're very confident and you like adventures and you like to see new things, you like to explore, because that's how I am, you should definitely come to Africa. If you like travel, you should come to Africa. If you're rich, you should come to Africa, because these rural ethnic people, they need your investment, that's for sure. So talking about rural ethnic people, I'm all dressed up because that's what I do every day. I wake up and I literally just dress up, because I was raised by women from that village, and some of them, there's this thing they call omerenene, and they believe that when they wake up in the morning, they should dress up and look their very best, and I mean very, very best. I'm talking about women who are like in their 70s, 80s, they still act like this. Omerenene is like an old woman who acts like a young person, so they're like ever young there. So there is this oral folklore where they ask their husbands after they've prepared food, and they'll be like, okay, so do you want to eat food or do you want to eat? I'm sure you understand what I mean. I hope it's adults that are watching this. And yes, so that obviously that contributes to a very cozy family life, and that's one of the things that you can expect to see in Africa: cultural histories and legacies that are not common and are very rich. And I hope I can visit the village later this year when I'm physically stronger, because ladies and gentlemen, I got into 2 accidents in February following my father's death, and I suffered some injuries, especially with my brain. So at some point during this video, I might have to actually wear glasses because it lights like reflects back into my eyes, and it's not really good for my hair. So having said all of that, assuming that you tick yes to some of the positive qualities that you should have before you consider visiting a strange place in the first place, not particular to Africa, then you should come to Africa with a resounding yes, and we're going to welcome you with wide open arms. Now, what can you expect when you do decide to come to Africa? I'm going to go over it very quickly. Now, research has shown that life started in Africa. Fossils have proven this repeatedly. I'm not here for an intellectual discussion. I have enough of that with our school conferences. So if you want to comment, you want to argue this, we can just talk in the comment section, and I'll do my best to we can talk in the comment section. There is a reason why Africa is called Mother Africa. So one of the things that you can expect is this cozy friendliness. I don't know if it's because of tradition or if it's just because that's just how Africans are, and I talk about this a little bit in my video on coronavirus, what you should do for your mind this period. You should check out that video, and on the other video on mental health, that's the last video that I posed, where I said that sometimes because of our jury-free attitude, when we are supposed to be serious, we're usually not serious in Africa. We can't really be very playful and very friendly and very open, and Africans can also tend to be super friendly to people with an accent, people who, are, oh my god, this is really affecting my eyes. This is really, gosh, so much better now. People who are, maybe Caucasians because of slavery and all of that, and also people who, just sound different. But I don't really think it's particular to foreigners from outside of Africa, because when I was in Ghana, I experienced a lot of friendliness as well, and I'm not from outside Africa. I'm from Nigeria, but they could just tell that I wasn't Ghanaian, and some of them even went out of their way to write down how to get to where I was going. They would give me a literal, very detailed map, and it was really very funny and very sweet actually. I don't even know which one is worse, with or without these glasses. Goodness me. So you can expect that kind of friendliness that is really rare, for real. Second thing that you can expect, a journey of discovery into curvy mysteries. I always tell people that Africa is like dating a very curvy mysterious woman, and there's no, I don't think it's by chance that African women are known to just be very curvy, and even if it's not very curvy, they're just, you know what I mean, gentlemen. Because Africa is like dating a mysterious woman, because there's always something new to discover. Even with all the decades of slavery, there is still something new. We have this book in school that we call, I think, something new always out of Africa. Something I can't remember, but something of that nature. There's always something you can find in Africa that you have not found the last time you came. So there is always a new thing to discover. So it's like having a mysterious woman, and you think you know her, and then the next she changes, maybe her looks or something, and then it's like, oh, I thought I knew you, and there's something else, I didn't know this about you. And you just keep exploring, and you can expect to have that curvy adventure. Now, however, do not come if your intentions are not noble. It should just be to explore positively and to impact positively before you go, which goes back to me saying, come with some money for the local traders. Okay, so the third thing that you can expect when you're coming to Africa is that, this is for the gentlemen, is, okay, I don't even know how to say it, I'm a little bit shy to say this. Okay, so you can expect women who are, super feminine and submissive, and so African women, especially the traditional ones and the ones in rural areas, believe that the man should be the head of the house, or the man is the leader, the man is the provider, and all of that. And so there's going to be little power struggle. They're just basically going to follow your lead. And you can just expect this warmth and coziness. Like my mom, saying this reminds me of my mom. I would have problems, and I would be complaining to my male friends, and they'll be giving me excuses, and then my mom would call them, and they would literally come to my house to help me solve that problem, or abandon me if the problem is not linked to my mom, and go help her rescue her out of her problem. And then they would tell me, oh, she just sounded so soft, I didn't think that she could do it by herself. And and my mom is like that, and most women in Africa are like that. So it's this warm coziness that you just don't want to leave. You just want to always remain around them like that. So God, I just miss my mom say this. You can expect that if you are a gentleman, you're coming to Africa, and Yes, because I know men always ask, like, what are the ladies in that place like? Because I know my brother does that when he travels. So that's that. But obviously, please don't come and exploit them. Once again, come with a good heart. Nature's very own goodness. I promise you, from boat rides that are done on lakes that have not been explored by anyone before, to water springs where hot water literally meets cold water. I'm telling you, I have been there. Hot water meets cold water, they come together and they do not mix. To where salty water meets fresh water, and all of these strange things, sacred water pools, sacred mountains. You're going to discover a lot of nature's very own richness, and a lot of it is not yet on the global map. And I really hope that Africa gets to that level in terms of international tourism. There is this beach, for example, in Cameroon that I was in, where the sand is black. Like, it's a beach, but it has got black sand. I'm not going to tell you the story behind it. If you want to go, you should check it out. It's in Cameroon. It's in Limbe, Cameroon, and it was just amazing to go. It was really amazing. Like, it faced the ocean, so you wake up in the morning to the sound of the ocean, and then you want to go to the beach. Every time I walk out of my room and I step on the sand, I forget that the sand is supposed to be white, that the sand is black, and then I come out and I'm like, I see black sand. I'm like, now the next thing that you can be sure to find when you come to Africa is to find cultural artifacts that you're not going to find anywhere else, obviously, because it's unique to the people. Now, we all know that during the slave trade era, a lot of artifacts were carted off to the Western world, but I don't want to go into the negativity or any of that. So the sweetest part is many of them are done by really like local rural people, and they're really cheap. And for example, like my necklace, how much did I even pay for it? It wasn't so much. If I'd done it in an upper scale, you know, jewelry house or whatever, I'm sure I would have paid like $1,000+ for it. It might not look like a lot of money for you, but just investing in those rural people. It could be that you're buying like a balm. It could be that you're buying a hair cream, body lotion made by the native ethnic women. Native is not a very ideal word. Ethnic women and stuff. So you would definitely see something that would remind you of your trip, and something, an artifact that would last long. I have like this small stuff that I got on a trip, like this one, and it was made, I bought this along the roadside. It might not, so not everybody might like it, but I love it, and I've had it since 2016. And the ones behind my back, now you can see that, like, right? So I had a friend who visited. He was Canadian, and he had all this he packed all these artifacts, masks, elephants that was carved, artworks, and all of that in his luggage. And when he got to the airport security asked him, where is the receipt for all these things you're cutting off? This way there was. And of course, there was no receipt. There was no receipt because these ethnic sellers didn't really have that luxury of printing receipts and stuff. So we had to like tell them that it was for us, and we just made up a story so that they would let him go, because he actually meant well, and he paid, like, they would tell him, oh, this is so dollars, and he would give them like extra for it. And yeah, so, and he didn't steal any of them, he did pay for them. So you can expect to find rich cultural artifacts like that. Could be jewelries from South Africa, could be jewelries from Botswana, and they're really unique of things that are made unique to you, especially if you're a woman. I promise you, you're gonna find a lot of that in Africa. The people are really very artsy, and you're gonna love it. Come back to this video to comment and tell me, Maya, thank you for your recommendation, I loved it. So the last but not the least thing I'm going to list here is expect the unexpected. But of course, you're visiting the boss you booked a tour with. It's coming 10 to 15 minutes later. There's a reason why something is called the African time. We say over here that we have the time and not the clock. No, we have the clock but not the time. Personally, I don't really subscribe to lateness because I feel like it's really like tacky, even though I can be like pretty late a lot myself. But I'm really struggle. I try to be on time. Or it could be the food. Maybe you might think it's not going to be nice, and then it shocks you by being really nice. Or you might think it's looks nice and then you eat it and then it's not nice to be sour. Or you might eat something you think is not familiar. It might remind you of home. You can definitely expect that. Or it could just be sitting down in a village market and getting your hair braided by the village women. If you are, or if not even the village, even in the city, and they would make like this Ghana, we call them Ghana weaves or Mali braids that are reminiscent of Bob Marley in Jamaica, Jamaican braids, and it's just a lot of stuff. That could be an ethnic dress, or I don't know. I know that there are lots of unexpected things you should definitely put in mind, and leave a little bit of box or a space when you're packing, so that you know that, okay, if something unexpected can happen. What about the risk factors? Because everything you're doing, there's definitely some risk factor, right? And just last week, I think the Canadian embassy updated their travel information to some countries, including African countries, and they were saying some pretty interesting things about certain places in Africa, which I don't really agree with. The reason being that I know that the media makes money from bad news. I was working in the media for some years. I did media studies, and I had to leave because the environment was already negative, or they would blow a story that is not supposed to be that gory into something really extra gory. So I feel that one of the places you should get proper information if you want to travel is probably YouTube. So I'm going to make that video so that it's a balance. You can make a smart decision, which is my purpose on this journey, to help you see the bright side of Africa, so you can make your smart decisions and, you know, join us in celebrating the richness that is Africa. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. I look forward to seeing you very soon in Africa, and we are waiting to welcome you with a very warm cozy hug, because that's what Africa is known for. It's called Mother Africa for a reason. Lots of love. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification button, comment below, let me know that you like this content so that I can make the next